How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
When people ask you what happened here, tell them the North remembers.
And here we go.
Welcome to Not Another Movie Pod, episode 5. I'm Zach Williamson. I'm with Ross Cutsforth, Luke Goosens. Today we're going to talk some Game of Thrones, boys. Season 8, episode 2. What was it called? A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
Great name.
Yeah.
Before we get super into the depth of the discussion, we need to give a special shout out. Some people who reviewed our pod. We want to say thank you to RJ Eli, Edwin Patterson, T Ice, aka at OG Fuckboy.
What?
That was his thing.
Awesome.
That's what he said for the shout out. And then
Shame on you.
our boy, our boy Jake Creasy, who gave us a review too.
Hey, what up?
Thanks,
DJ
Jake.
Saga.
All right, moving on. Let's get into it. So
Thanks,
basically,
guys.
before we get super into it, let's just give like just an honest take on the episode. There was a lot of like, I'm gonna call them just surface fans, people who are just here for the big battles. A lot of people were disappointed with it, but I personally thought it was a great episode. What do you guys think?
I agree. I don't know. I really liked it. I thought the character development and like the character, how it was getting you emotionally tied to the characters was really good. For next episode, it's just, it's going to destroy me.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, fuck
Luke?
people. Yeah, fuck people calling it filler episodes. Like every scene meant something. Like it was really emotional and raw. Like, there's points where I wanted to cry. I was laughing. Like it was really good.
Very well written, I thought too. What was your guys' favorite scene, just off the
Favorite
top of the
scene?
head, that stuck
Ooh.
out the most to you?
Oh yeah, Brienne getting knighted, 100%. That's easy,
Brienne getting knighted?
dude. I was literally, I swear to frick, I was about to cry. I was like, Jesus.
Okay. My favorite scene was definitely when Theon and Sansa reunited. Holy shit.
That was very emotional too.
I did cry
was
a
emotional.
little bit on that one. I couldn't hold.
That was such a great scene too, and like since we're already just talking about that scene specifically, there's a lot of people who I think who are like saying, "Oh, Theon and Sansa are gonna hook up," but I didn't take it that way at all. Like I took it as just they grew up together. Like he basically grew up with the Starks almost his whole life, and it was just like a brother sister thing. They both survived Ramsay.
They experienced.
They were like
that
abused together. They were like abused. Yeah.
Yes.
Like he had to witness her be raped by him, and that's something to go through.
That's heavy.
Yeah,
and he couldn't do anything about it at the time. But yes, I mean that was a great scene. I think my favorite scene though too also was like what Luke said. I thought Brienne getting knighted. I thought she deserved that, and it just. I don't think it bodes well for her going into the next episode that she got like a complete arc. But
yeah, true.
I did love that scene. I loved Podrick's little nod too, because he just knew that's what she wanted more than anything was just the recognition.
That was a sweet scene. Honestly.
I loved Jaime doing it too, and then everyone. Just that whole scene was great, honestly.
Yeah, fitting.
Dude, now we just need Pod the Rod to get knighted.
For real.
Because he said he wanted to be a knight too, so let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get him all knight.
If he fucking survives next week, I'm down. Anyone who survives, they get knighted.
That's a reward right there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it felt like the circle of outcasts kind of like coming together and being homies.
Yeah, it was cool. All those people, come from different parts. Like they were saying, they've all kind of like fought each other or fought against the Starks, and they're all there. It was awesome. All right. Before we get super into the fan questions, I definitely want to get into that early. We just need to touch on one little big piece of news that came out post episode, season 8, episode 1, Winterfell, that we didn't cover on the last pod because it came out later in the week. But writer David Hill, who wrote that episode, he confirmed that the White Walkers use the same symbols as the Children of the Forest, literally to mock them. And he made a comparison to how the devil mocks with the cross, right, Ross? Wasn't that the comparison he made?
Yeah, he was saying it's basically like synonymous with turning a cross upside down.
Yeah. And for me, like, on top of that, it just felt like, hey, this is what it means. It doesn't mean he's a Targaryen, which is like a big fan theory that came out of that episode, was just, oh, this must be his Targ. Like when Ned Umber got lit on fire, R.I.P.
Yeah.
They were thinking that, oh, it lit up like a Targaryen sigil, and that means that he must have been it. But like I think we've all said it. Like, for one, the Targaryen showed up way after the Night King. This dude's like 8,000 years old.
Yeah.
Actually, more. He's probably like
Yeah.
10,000 years old.
Yeah, he's like one of the first men.
Yeah, around 10,000 years old, probably.
I think, yeah, they was like 10,000, and then they kind of went MIA for a couple thousand years, and then the Long Night happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's been around, dude. He was there way before the Targaryen. So that theory just never even had legs for me anyway. I think we all thought that it might just be if it was anything, that he's mocking the Targaryen sigil, because he knew they'd have to light Ned on fire.
Yeah. It's just like that same thing they did last season with the Stark, like the dire wolf.
Yeah,
in the last episode.
Very last scene, honestly, I think, of
Yeah.
the season.
It was the very last scene, and you see that Stark outline, the dire wolf outline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those
So,
people
yeah.
running too far with very little evidence.
Yeah, people just get
Yeah.
thinking way deep, way deep
Like,
into
chill
something.
it.
For sure. So yeah, that was pretty much the one little thing of news. And then I think we should touch on the intro to how basically we were talking about last episode. We thought the intro was going to change a little bit every episode. That was confirmed this week with what were you saying, Ross? So this week the blue tiles were a little different, right?
Yeah, they were. So last week we were all noticing how the blue tiles started from the wall and then they went down to the last hearth, and then this week those tiles were already established, and then you can see the tiles coming down from the last hearth to Winterfell now. So it's showing their progress, the Night King's progress, basically.
And Winterfell was fortified all the way around in the intro. And so, yeah, that just kind of confirms that every episode is going to be a little different. They're going to show the progress wherever we end up going. So, yeah, that was that. Let's get into fan questions, though. We got some good ones this week. Also, if you would like to submit questions, or if you just have any questions about the show, definitely follow us at Not a Movie Pod on Twitter, or at Thrones Facts. Basically, we tweet it out and then have people just respond, or you can DM us and we'll talk about it on the pod whenever our next episode is. So the first one was from at ninja_herdboy.
That's badass.
Nice handle. His name, and his question is, can the Night King resurrect Ned and the rest in the crypt? And to go with that, we had another question too to kind of build on it. We had a good amount of replies asking about the crypt specifically.
Yeah.
And the second one to kind of build on that was just, people are worried about the crypt, but none of these people were killed by the dead ones or the Night King or the White Walkers. So can the Night King make them rise? I think no, but would like to know if I'm right. So who wants to go first? Ross, you got this one?
Yeah, I can go for it. First of all, I don't think it matters if the Night King has killed them. He doesn't have to kill them to raise them, because he's already, I don't know, he's raised like thousands and thousands of White Walkers, and I don't see him killing every single one of those. It just, I don't know, it seems like it would be very time consuming. And
whites.
Yeah, all the whites, like all the skeletons and stuff. And then okay, to get deeper into that, he could potentially resurrect were you guys talking about you thought there was a magical spell or whatever that was protecting the crypts?
So that was, Luke was saying that it's possible. Luke, what were you saying? You think that there might be maybe a spell?
Yeah, I was looking up something. Oh man, I think it was one of the wikis on the creation of Winterfell, and there's like a spell or something like underneath Winterfell. Or I thought Ross, you would know about it, but I wasn't able to look too deep into it.
Yeah, I think I can touch on that a little bit. I think maybe it could just be like a theory, or it just happened so long ago we don't know for sure. But basically, just with the blood of the first men and just how the Starks are, they're kind of got abilities and stuff that maybe, it could stop the Night King from raising people in there.
Are you talking about like the theory that they made a pact with the Night King the first time to give them powers and like immunity to him?
No, I was thinking maybe they made some sort of pact with the Children of the Forest, maybe to prevent it. They could prevent that from happening.
Okay, that's true, because
like
Bran the Builder did. He made like a pact with the giants and then the Children of the Forest to make the wall.
And we know that the wall has magic behind it too.
It could, but that's that's speculative. So
It's speculative. We don't know for sure.
yeah.
Definitely not.
So if that doesn't exist, I think yes, he could resurrect them, because in season 4, episode 10, when Bran, Mira, Jojen, and Hodor, and all of them are going, or it's just those 4, but when they're going to the cave of the Three-Eyed Raven, there's a bunch of skeletons that pop up, and basically you don't see the Night King anywhere, so you don't really know how far away he can resurrect people. It's unknown, but I mean, clearly it's a decent distance. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, and you know what's interesting
Yeah,
about
he's
that
not
part
there.
too, Ross, is that he's not there, but he doesn't even, because he doesn't know actually where. Remember, he figures it out later where Bran is when he looks through the vision, and that's how he figures out where that is. So it's just like
Yeah.
I don't even know how they knew to summon at that part, to be honest.
Or maybe, yeah, they were already resurrected, but then they were just like
Yeah,
dormant there for a
just
little bit.
guarding those trees. Maybe he just knows the children of the forest like
Yeah.
those trees.
He could have laid a little landmine right there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Little skelly trap.
And then the other thing that also shows is that he can resurrect skeletons. So there's a question of how decayed could you be and still be resurrected by the Night King. And that right there shows that he can resurrect skeletons, but we also don't know exactly how decayed all of the Starks are in the crypts, but most of them beyond 40 to 50 years, because that's when bones start to become brittle inside coffins. So beyond like 40 to 50 years, they probably wouldn't be able to be resurrected, right?
yeah, no, I agree with that. So if basically what you're saying, yes, 40, 50 years, that's basically when bones decompose. But that does mean we could see like Rickon, who's down there. We could see like a headless Ned pop up.
Yeah.
We could maybe see Lyanna Stark. We could see maybe Ned's dad and brother.
Yeah. Brandon.
Yes. And the thing is, so there won't be like hundreds of people popping up because
Yeah.
most of these guys will be decayed by now, but there could be a couple.
Like 10
And
maybe.
yeah, 10 or so. And I think what you were saying, Ross, right, that they all have weapons on them too.
Yeah. So, and yeah, that's another thing is it's a tradition, Stark tradition, that all the old kings of winter, they have this big statue on their tomb, and then at the foot of their statue is a stone direwolf and an iron sword. Basically, when they get resurrected, pop up, they would have that weapon right there. So they will instantly just have a sword that they could start killing like all the civilians with and stuff.
Yeah, just slaughter all the
Yeah.
people down there.
It would just be a massacre, basically.
Yeah, I definitely think that this could happen too. I definitely just feel like with all the foreshadowing, that's just how many times they mentioned how safe it is down there.
Yeah.
That I just the whole time I was thinking that shit's not safe, man. And then the whole time I'm thinking too, it's like, how does John not even like think about that too? Just because he knows that the dead can get resurrected.
Yeah, it doesn't even like consider it or anything.
He doesn't even it doesn't even go in his mind. I don't know. So I could definitely see that happening. I think we should also make a note, just because we're never going to get a chance to talk about this because it's going to get confirmed or not next week.
Yeah.
But basically, there is a thing from the books. There was a rumor that under Winterfell, there is an ice dragon. And the theory on
not an ice dragon, a dragon egg.
Dragon egg,
Yeah.
yes. That could somehow get hatched from this. But he'd be such a baby, too, that it won't even do anything, I think.
Nah. But, I mean.
But anyway, the theory is that under this, Winterfell is built on a hot springs, and the only other places that have hot springs in this world were Dragonstone, which we know had which was housing dragons, and then the 14 Flames, which is where dragons were discovered in Essos. So that's kind of just a fun little theory to throw in there.
Yeah.
I really don't think that's going to happen. It's just we're never going to get a chance to throw that in.
No.
So noted that.
I don't think that will happen either. Definitely not. Because that's just like a thing from the book from like way back.
It'd be such a crazy turn. It'd be like, I don't know. It'd be too crazy.
I don't know.
So yeah, basically I think that's it. So we all think, that people could come back from the crypts. All right, next question from @Eli What. This person's asking, is there any wildfire left? And I'll answer this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of wildfire. The Mad King had enough to blow King's Landing up if he wanted to, and he was threatening to. And that's why Jaime killed him. So he was threatening to kill everyone. So yeah, there is still wildfire. Who knows if it comes into play this season? My theory with the wildfire was just that the reason why Cersei wanted elephants to begin with was that she wanted to transfer Wildfire somehow. We'll see what that happens.
Maybe from like all the, because you know how it's stored in different caches and stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe she
all
wanted,
over that place.
Yeah, maybe she just wanted to like use the elephants to transport the Wildfire to a central location.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
In
but
case. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
then again, also Wildfire is like super. It's like nitroglycerin. It's super volatile. Carrying
Why
on
would you want-
elephants with them wobbling back and forth.
And if you're trying to do it discreetly, why would you use elephants?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Cersei might do that though, because Cersei can be kind of dumb sometimes.
Yeah, she
I
wild
could see that.
Yeah, who knows? I was just trying to think, like, maybe unless the elephants is just like a nod to the books where they had it, you know.
Yeah.
Could be something with there too. All right, next question. At bookgirl0702, all the Night's Men have long white hair. Is there any chance they're Targaryens? And I think we've all I think we covered this, right, boys?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, we killed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, in conclusion, we said basically if it was following more of the book line, there was a Blackfire offspring. Blackfire are basically a house off of Targaryens. And there was one named Brendan Rivers who later became the Three-Eyed Raven that we know in the show, but in the show he's never called Brendan Rivers. So we don't know if that's actually him.
Yeah.
And there was some crazy speculative rumor that he went up north of the Wall, had some kids, and one of those could have been Craster, who then would make him some sort of Targ connection, and that's how it'd be connected. But it's so far-fetched, and it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's ever going to get explained anyway. I think it was just he just needed babies.
Yeah. Like there's nothing in the show that really alludes to that at all.
Yeah.
That's a book theory.
Yeah. Wouldn't really make sense in this show continuity. I think, yeah,
it wouldn't.
The hair is just more of a reflection of them turning into White Walkers.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. We've already done that one. This is a good one. I know both of you have something to say on this. At Rev Mike Adams, he says, do we honestly think the Night King, who has played the game better than anyone, is going to risk his dragon army going to Winterfell? Yeah, sure, part of the army will go, but will the Night King?
Interesting. You want to go for it, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, with Bran saying that the Night King's coming for him, I mean, I think that just illustrates, like, obviously he's going to show up at Winterfell, to me. I mean, there are those, like, Ross, you want to talk about the theories that he's going to go to King's Landing? Yeah.
You want me to? Yeah. So I have a little bit of a different perspective from you, Luke. So the theory is that the Night King would just totally skirt Winterfell and then go to King's Landing so that he could avoid doing like 1v2 battle with the dragons at Winterfell. And then he could just go straight to King's Landing, start like wreaking havoc there, resurrect all the dead, and then come back up to Winterfell, and you could attack him from both sides. Would be the theory on that.
That'd be so OP though. Like, I don't think they're gonna do that.
That'd be crazy.
That's not fair.
That would be crazy. And to build off that, actually, about just going and attacking King's Landing, there was a vision that Bran had before he was the Three-Eyed Raven, where he did see a dragon going to King's Landing.
Yeah.
And in that same vision, he sees basically King's Landing just destroyed, the Iron Throne in the background. It's just open, it's all burnt down.
Yeah.
So that could be that. It could be foreshadowing something else.
Yeah.
That was also the same vision that Daenerys saw when she was looking for her dragons in season 2, I believe. When they went, that guy, I can't remember his name, but he kidnapped them, and she had that vision too.
Wait, Daenerys got kidnapped?
No. Her dragons got taken from her, and she had to go on like a vision quest to find them.
Yeah, it was Pirate Pri, the Warlock of Karth.
Yeah, that was it, the Warlock dude.
Yeah.
So I mean, that it could go that. It's possible. I personally don't think it. I'm with Luke. I think that we know what he wants. The actor who plays the Night King also straight up said this season he has a target. He wasn't going to say who it was at the time, but then Bran saying, "Hey, I'm the target. He wants to eliminate any sort of memory of humans and then wipe out everyone else after." I felt like that is his clear motive, and then after that, he's going to kill him, work his way down, go to King's Landing.
Yeah. that could be mislead for the fans, but it could also be what you said. So I don't know. I think it could be either way.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
could
think
be, for sure.
it's confirmed either way, but there's a much stronger possibility that he would go straight to Winterfell. Yeah, I think it would be cool if he went to King's Landing. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and then I just thought the part in that trailer too, we see in the season 3 trailer, you see Theon pulling out an arrow
Oh,
on someone.
you mean the episode 3 trailer?
Yeah,
that one?
sorry, the episode 3 trailer. And then you also kind of see a scene of Jon pulling a sword with what looks like the tree is behind it.
Yeah.
So who knows though? It's a possibility for sure.
And there's also a
Good question,
of
Mike.
Dragon too in that same trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, also,
so next.
Wait, could I say one more thing?
Yeah.
On the Vision, I went back and watched that today, and I just went through like frame by frame, and the dragon from the Vision looks, I mean, he looks exactly like Drogon to me. So I think that's Drogon from the Vision, but
for sure could be misdirection.
Yeah, it could be misdirection for sure.
Okay, so next question. Good point though, Ross. Okay, good question. At Anika. Okay, so this is, I don't think she's talking about in this battle, but her question is, do you think the army of the dead will arrive at King's Landing? Meaning, just will they ever make it there? And also, she had another question: is this? Do you think we'll see Hodor as part of this army?
Hodor.
Yeah. No, Hodor's done.
Hodor.
Yeah, Hodor. I don't think we're seeing him, bro. He's out.
Yeah,
dude.
And the army,
I'm down for it.
Probably not.
I want to see Hodor one more time, so I'm saying yes.
No.
He shows up and comes for Brienne.
Yeah, puts him on his back.
That's who Theon's pointing an arrow at.
He's like, Hodor, back down, back the fuck down.
That's who Jon looks scared to see in the trailer. Is just fucking Hodor.
Not Hodor.
Well, anyways, do you guys think they're gonna arrive at King's Landing?
Yeah, so this is kind of basically asking us: do we think they're losing, or you think the Night King is winning at Winterfell? So that's how I'm taking this question. Luke, you go first. You think the Night King's winning at Winterfell? Straight up W.
No, he's gonna lose. I think he's gonna lose, and he's gonna. I'm not gonna say too much more because I have kind of a theory. I think he's gonna die.
Okay.
They'll defeat him.
Ross,
do you want me to go? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is aligning with my theory. This is what I have a bunch of theories, but then this is what I think is probably gonna happen. But I think they're gonna lose at Winterfell, but not a complete loss. So some of
talking about the White Walkers?
No, I'm talking about the humans.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. So I think the living, my bad. I should have clarified that. I think the living will lose, but not a complete loss. So I think they'll kill Viserion, but a huge portion of the characters will die, except for maybe, I don't know, like 5, and they'll escape on the dragons and then retreat. So I think.
Okay, so this is the same theory that you've been having over the pods.
Yeah. I think the Night King will get to King's Landing.
Okay, but you're saying as long as they have the dragons, it's still a good chance to win this thing.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah.
Okay. I honestly, I think they're gonna lose this battle. I think they'll figure out to go and start attacking the White Walkers. If you target the White Walkers, you get rid of a lot more troops at once.
Yeah.
I think that they beat the Night King here. And I got a theory to go on who I think the real baddie is of the show, and we'll talk about that later.
Ooh, I also have a theory on that.
Yeah, I know we all want to talk about it, but we'll talk about it later.
Oh, dude, wait. One other thing that I noticed is, did you guys notice how all of the White Walker lieutenants were right on the front line?
Yeah.
And that doesn't make any sense. Why? Why would they all be on the front line?
Just gotta get that shot, bro. Gotta get that hype up shot.
Okay, but if they go into battle like that, that won't make sense.
I think they're so far away still at that point. Like
that's true.
They were still.
They could just be standing there, and then they could have all the whites just go running past them or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eye test how far away, but I think that there's still enough time that you can see in the trailer. You see Daenerys. You see in the episode 3 trailer. You see Daenerys and Jon up on a mountain, kind of looking over everything. That they're still a decent amount away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good point. I agree.
Oh,
next question. Okay, no, Luke, go for it.
I was gonna say one thing that kind of does hold up for them getting to King's Landing is that they had no defenses for a dragon, or we didn't see that at least.
Yeah,
so
that is very
true. They don't talk about the dragon.
They don't
in their defenses. They don't talk about
big
it.
fuck up.
That's a major
Yeah,
flaw in their
for
battle
real.
plan right there.
We'll talk about that more. At Matt_Sanders22. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay.
Oh god.
So out of the group at the fireplace, who wins in a battle royale style matchup? And what is the play-by-play? So the people in the group are Brienne, we got Jaime, Tormund, Pod the Rod, Davos, and Tyrion. And I'm thinking the way we do this, we do like a fucking let's do a tag, like we'll match them up in pairs. How about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. And let's rank. So we're all saying number 1 seed, top dog, Brienne of Tarth, right?
Yeah,
Agreed?
I feel like that's pretty undisputed right there.
Easy.
Yeah. And then 2 out of that group, I'm putting Tormund. You guys agree?
Agreed.
Yeah. Tormund.
Okay. And then here's the debatable 3 to 4. We got Pod the Rod, who's showing up. He kind of showed up last episode, show he's been learning.
Yeah.
Or we got one-handed Jaime,
Yeah.
who's still formidable somewhat, but we've never seen him really take on anyone with actual skill.
What do you mean?
With one
Last
well,
season.
with one hand.
Last season. He took
Oh, I
on
guess he killed a Dothraki.
Yeah,
huh?
boy.
Okay, shoot. Hey, respect to Jaime. I forgot.
Yeah.
But still, okay. Who we take? Who's the 3 and 4? I mean, in the end, they're going to be on the same team.
Jaime and then Pod.
Okay, I'm
Pod then
cool with
Jaime.
that. I'm gonna say Jaime then Pod. I forgot about he killed the
Whatever.
Dothraki.
Put respect on his name.
Put some respect.
Dude, he killed some hookers' pusses. Fuck you guys.
Pod did, yeah.
Pod the Rod, baby.
Yeah.
He's a man.
All right. So they're 3 and 4, and then we're putting Davos over Tyrion, right?
Hey, that's on you, man.
Yeah, 100%.
That's on you.
I'm putting Davos over Tyrion. Okay.
I'm saying
Literally and
it's a mix up.
I'm calling it. Okay, he's 5, Tyrion's 6.
A mix
so
up?
Tyrion.
Oh my, whatever.
No way. So, but Tyrion, that puts Tyrion with Brienne, and Tormund would be with Davos. Pod the Rod with Jaime. Before we do the play-by-play, who is winning this matchup?
Who's winning this matchup? Wait.
So who's winning out of these 3 teams?
Pod and Jaime.
That's a pretty good combo right there, honestly.
Yeah.
It's even.
Like, because Davos and Tyrion are just going to be no help. Like,
Yeah, I'm good with that. So Pod and Jaime. All right. But dude, Brienne could probably take fucking both of them, man. Maybe.
Dude, she's raw.
at
Maybe
the same
Tormund, too.
time,
I'm going Pod and Tyrion. That's a raw
she
combo.
at the same time.
top Pod.
True.
I'm going.
Well, yeah.
So Pod knows
Then she could
everything
take
she
him.
knows.
It's a good point, but she's still better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Maybe.
Bigger and
We
stronger.
don't know that.
Okay, so we're saying for the sake of 2, Pod, the Rod, and Jaime are winning this.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying Brienne and Tyrion because you guys are dubbing
What?
Tyrion.
Tyrion's dying though. He's not gonna. He's
Dude.
not making out of
He
this.
fought at the Battle of Blackwater and he fought
Oh my God.
bandits in season 1. Bandits.
Bro.
Dude, he like blacked out. Didn't he get hit?
No,
He
that was
just
a
woke
different.
up?
That was a different time, but yes, that did happen.
Brienne would but Brienne would make it out. She don't be the only one to make it out. Then that's what I'm saying. If you're saying they're winning as a team, he's dead.
Okay,
then.
I agree with that. Honestly, he will
Okay,
take
I'm
one
gonna
for the team.
I'm gonna say, yeah, Brienne. I'm gonna take that too, Luke. I'm saying Brienne. She wins this.
Oh,
Just
negative.
put the team on her back.
Dude, Jaime will probably end up stabbing her in the back, like, and winning.
We've also never seen Tormund and Brienne fight, so who
True.
knows?
We've seen Tormund slay hella whites.
True.
Next question. At Myas Eli. His question is: does it seem like there is much of a battle plan besides leaving Bran out for the Night King?
Yeah, that's one thing where I was kind of like, damn. So you guys are just gonna like say, oh, we should go for him, leave Bran out, and have Theon like defend him. Like they didn't go over any, like obviously the dragon. We already talked about that.
Isn't the whole army like right in front of the Godswood too? So I'm confused at how that's gonna work.
Yeah, it's on the left side.
Yeah, but
right.
They're still in between the White Walkers and the
Mhm.
Godswood, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah, my thing is just, we kind of saw the layout of how they're laying everything, but it's just like, how do you not even talk about the dragon? Like, how do you not have a plan for the white
yeah.
dragon?
How did they leave that out of the planning?
Everyone should be aware. Hey, this dude's got a white dragon coming. maybe Daenerys gonna swoop in, but like that should be spoken. I think.
I know.
It's just they just only mentioned, hey, if we kill the Night King, we kill everyone. But why I don't know why they didn't say the thing about just if you even kill a White Walker, it also takes out some troops. Just with the people that they've turned.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been useful.
Yeah, I think that might be my only thing about this episode where I was just like, that, they could have done more there.
Yeah. Literally the only line about the dragon is Davos steps in and he's like, the dragon should give us the edge on the field. And then they don't say anything about it the whole time. It's kind of,
yeah, they don't even mention the Night King's dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the same person, Maya's Eli, had another question. Said, just me, or are you guys worried that with only 3 episodes after the next one, do you think they'll rush the ending badly? I'll take this one.
Okay, go for it.
I have pretty good faith that they're gonna do really good with the next 3 after that, because I know I think David Nutter, who directed the past 2, he has the one great name. He has the one after this episode. And then Miguel Sapochnik?
Yeah, it's like
Sapochnik?
Could be that.
Yes, and he's a great director. He's directing the next episode. He's also directed Hard Home, Battle of the Bastards, The Winds of Winter. This dude's the best director they have.
Oh,
he's doing
probably.
doing episode 5, and then
What about Jeremy?
D&D are directing.
What about Jeremy
What?
Podeswa? You think he's up there?
I'm for sure still putting Miguel, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then D&D are doing the last episode 6. So I mean, I have faith. I've liked what they've written so far in the season.
Yeah.
I was totally good with the build up for these next 2 episodes. I thought it was really important to have just kind of, let everyone kind of get their last hurrah in and set up for the biggest battle we're probably going to see in the show. And no, I think I have faith with it. I think if there's going to be another big battle, it's probably going to be episode 5 with Miguel directing again. So they're going to get another episode, kind of get up to speed, and then that's going to happen, and then you close it out with however they're going to close the show.
Yeah, I would
What do you guys
agree.
think?
I would agree that that's episode 5 is going to be another good episode, or another. They're all pretty good, but it would be another battle episode, and then 4 will kind of
action-packed one.
Yeah, cool down and then ramp up a little bit.
I'm not worried about it. Like, I was never worried about it. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying. None of us were worried, right?
No, I think 3 episodes at an hour 20 a pop is plenty of time to close it up.
Oh yeah, not to mention, the last 2 episodes were the shortest ones of the season.
Yeah.
The next one, the shortest one is going to be 78 minutes, and then next week's episode's almost an hour and a half, and then the other 2 are going to be 80 minutes. So there's a lot of time to do a lot of story, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the course of this,
there's plenty of time. I was talking to Bryce about this after the episode yesterday, and we were saying kind of how like we think the first 3 episodes are like one movie, and then the last 3 episodes are like another movie, and it's basically just like 2 movies put together into a season.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. So next question, at Megalophobia, why can't Bran just tell everyone what will happen afterwards?
You want me to?
Ross?
Yeah, I can go for this one.
Yeah, just clear this one up.
So basically, he only has access to the visions through the weirwood trees. Well, and he also has green side too. So this is his like 2 forms of power. So he can go to the weirwood trees and he could see all like the past and the present. He could see all around the world in the present and the past, but he can't like at his will choose what he wants to see in the future. He just has random visions.
Yeah, he just gets glimpses.
Yeah. So like the past and stuff that he sees is way more of a sure thing, and he could like pull that up whenever. But then the green sight visions are glimpses, just like you said, Zach.
Yeah. So he can't see what it actually is going to happen for sure.
Yeah.
To answer the question. Okay, next one.
Yeah.
At the Pride of NYC, where's Melisandre? Do you think she shows up to save Winterfell? Well, she went to Volantis, but fuck, man, who knows? I don't think she's showing up.
Didn't she say she was going to look for something, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's not here, though. She's not showing up.
No.
She's not showing up at Winterfell.
Not next episode, no. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Unless she comes in the back door real quick, maybe.
Yeah, no way, dude.
Hey boys.
Okay, last question. Do you think Dany will kill Jon after the war is ended? I feel like we should just branch this question in with just the discussion about that scene
Yeah.
in general. So basically, in this episode, Jon reveals to Daenerys his origin. And what did you guys think about the reaction once he tells her? He tells her kind of smug too. He's all just looking at the statue.
I don't know if
I
I don't
think he
think it
was
was
just
smug.
like I didn't think. Yeah, I didn't think it was
He
smug.
seemed a little smug to me, but
I thought it was like hard for him. Like he was just
Yeah.
like not looking her in the eye like at first, and just like
I feel like he
didn't want to do it.
didn't want to talk
true.
about
Yeah,
it.
he did avoid her all episode.
Like every time he saw her, he would just be like, "My queen," and then
Yeah.
just walk off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like,
even in
"I
I
did."
guess you're right. Even in the scene where Jamie was on trial,
Yeah.
when she asked him something, he just seemed out of it and was
Mhm.
just, yeah, we need more troops.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point. So, what do you guys think about her reaction specifically?
Sus.
Yeah, for real.
Very
I
sus.
don't like that.
Do you want to just
Didn't like
should we
that.
all just go into our do we all have a theory on this?
Well, I was going to clarify what Amelia. So Amelia actually commented on this scene today. This is new info that came out
Yeah.
since the episode. It was an exclusive with EW, I believe, and she said, "Well, for one, she does not care at all about being his aunt. Like that doesn't mean anything to her because the quote is, she could have easily married her brother. It's not a thing to her. The main thing is." And she refers to herself and says, "We're up for the same promotion, and I've been working for it my entire existence."
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and I for me, like, I don't think it's. I think maybe it's just right in that moment, that's the news to her, that part that, oh, there is someone else who could take this.
Yeah.
And I think maybe to me, I think she kind of reacted how someone would react hearing that news. What did you guys think?
I like that point because that could just be like her initial reaction, and then she's like, "Oh shit!" Well, like this kind of complicates things, but maybe
Yeah,
that.
because John reacted to the news when he found out, and
Yeah, for sure.
he was angry at first.
He didn't even bring up the part about her being his aunt at all.
Yeah, and then she also made a note too that I thought was interesting, was just that she noted how John, John, when he was telling her, I think he was thinking it was going to go better than he thought, but his reaction, she said that John reacts to how she reacted, basically that he was surprised that that was the part she took out of it.
Okay. So I do see where you're coming from, but what I was thinking, why I said it was sus, was because like that was what she was focused on, rather than being
Mhm.
focused on John and being like, "Oh, I can't believe you finally figured out who your parents are and all that." Like she was instantly just focused on herself, kind of. So that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. That
Huh.
I could see how John would
Yeah.
not like that too much. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll have to see like where she takes it. I don't know if they'll touch on it next episode because there's a lot about to go on, but maybe at the end of it.
But I do think that this kind of sets up the story for the rest of the season, and that's why I think we all want to talk about this.
Yeah.
It's just I felt like that's such an important thing that they made it so important that it's just like, for me, I don't think either of them is going to die this next episode. And I know we all want to say, like, I think we're all thinking it, that she could end up, or something that these two could end up being on different sides in the end.
Yeah.
And for me, that would be very Game
Yeah.
of Thrones sort of twist. And
Mhm.
it would also go back to that parallel at the waterfall where Ygritte was at a waterfall and said all those things that we touched on last episode, and just how they were on the same side at that point, and then they ended up being on opposite sides in the end.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very true. I didn't even think
Mhm.
about that part either. That they wound up on opposite sides and then she died. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought that was a cool little connection, possibly, but we do not know. It's just this isn't even. We're not going to find out probably the story, at least until if they survive.
Yeah. True. You want me to go? Can I go into my theory on?
Yeah,
they-
go into your
if they
theory.
survive. So, I think, or my theory is that if Jon, Daenerys, and Sam all survive, Jon and Daenerys won't tell anyone about Jon's real birthright because one, Dany wants the throne. Two, Jon doesn't care about it. He doesn't want the throne. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he cares about the truth, but I feel like at that point he would just be like, I can't tell anybody because then there would be this
Yeah.
war and I don't want the throne.
Well, let me add on to that real quick just before you keep
Yeah.
going. It's just that we know that Kit has said that Jon, the big concern for him was just finding out that he's related to the woman he loves. Like that was huge. That was the biggest part for him
Yeah.
that devastated him. So continue, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that will cause tension with Jon and Sam, or Daenerys and Sam. Because Sam, like last episode, how he said it's the truth, and I think he cares about that he wants people to know the truth about it. And he also has this little, I mean, he's kind of a little mad at Daenerys for killing his brother and dad. I don't know if he would get over that too easily. So Sam would try to tell everyone the truth when he figures out they're not telling everyone the truth. And then Daenerys will not want him to do that and execute Sam. And when she does this is what will turn Jon against Daenerys, because obviously Sam's his best friend. And then that will cause the conflict between Daenerys and Jon.
That's interesting. I have a theory on this too, and I think it ties in. For me, it ties into just with the Sansa and Daenerys aspect. Like it seemed like they were getting along, and then she's just saying, "Hey, well, after this all ends, we want the North. You know, we want it.
Yeah.
It's our right." And Daenerys was super reluctant to give it, and so I think that might be what ends up causing it. And then you have the factor that Jon is also Targ. So what if he says, "Well, they should get the North. The Starks should get the North," and then that could cause the split for me.
Yeah. Can I say something on that real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay, so I was just really thinking how she like pulls away when she says, "What about the North? Like we we fought for our independence." And then Daenerys is
Mhm.
just automatically expects her to have like respect for her. And I don't know. I don't like that. I feel like Daenerys should feel like she has to earn the respect of people, because Sansa's coming from a good place where she's just being cautious of who's going to rule her country. Like she doesn't know Daenerys, and she just knows about her family, and she knows about the past and how nothing would really change if it was just another queen. Like it would be good for a little bit, and then there would be somebody else, and it wouldn't change anything. So I feel like she's just being kind
Okay.
of skeptical. Yeah, which I think is healthy when you're talking about who your leader is going to be.
Luke, any take on this?
I think the Night King's going to get defeated in the battle, but during the battle, I think like Daenerys is going to take. So some of the people that got like wrapped up like pretty well, and I think could die, like Grey Worm, like kisses Missandei and then leaves. Jorah gets the sword from Sam's house.
Yeah.
If those two people die, like Grey Worm and Jorah, they like have supported Daenerys throughout her whole entire campaign. And so if she loses those two people and she only has Tyrion, and then she already has some doubts on Tyrion, like so far through this episode, she loses him, and now she's getting this rift between her and Sansa, and like they're gonna want the North.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to it, I think Jon is gonna have to side with Sansa. And like you were saying, like if more people find out, like you're saying, Zach, like if more people find out that Sansa is that Jon is Targaryen, like it's just gonna like turn more and more people against Daenerys's claim to the throne, and that's just gonna cause like just deeper rifts.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, I think we all kind of give our take. Ross, you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, one interesting thing about the rift with her and Tyrion that you're talking about is I think if Jorah wouldn't have came in and like talked to her about Tyrion being smart, I think she would have let Tyrion just go out into the battle and die.
Yes. Yeah, dude.
But then she like at the last second looked at Jorah and she was like, "Yeah, you come inside. You're smart. Like, don't go out there and die."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. I didn't think about that. But yes, I mean, since we're talking about deaths now, basically, who do you guys think is gonna die this episode? And I'm saying we all pick 5 people that we think's a
Yeah.
lock.
Everyone pick 5. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have 4. I have Theon. I have Theon, Greyjoy, or Theon, Grey Worm, Jorah, and the Night King. That's like my confirmed 4 that I think for sure are gonna die. I mean, does
Theon, Grey Worm, Night King, and who?
Jorah.
Jorah?
Jorah. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Ross?
Oh, that's tough. I think Samwell might die because he's in the crypts, and we just went over that crypt theory. So I think some people in the crypts could die. He might die
I was gonna say
protecting.
he'd be protecting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then another thing that I think could happen is I think Missandei could die because they have that thing with Grey Worm and Missandei and wrapping up their relationship, and they're talking about going somewhere afterwards and like having a happy ending. So
Yeah,
my theory on that one was I think
it's a wrap.
yeah. I think Missandei dies and then Grey Worm ends up taking her remains back to Noth.
Ooh,
Mm.
that's a twist.
That'd be cool. Okay.
Who else you got?
So I got Samwell, then I got Missandei, and then my third one is Brienne, and then my fourth one, I think Theon will die. Ooh, my fifth one. I don't know if I have a fifth one, but I think maybe Arya. I think Arya probably.
Okay. All right. So my 5, I think my number 1 is going to be that little girl that was talking to Davos.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh.
I
one.
think she's a lock in the crypts.
God.
I think that
That's what I should have went with instead of
Dude,
Sam.
yeah.
just a one-off
good one.
random
That is a
random
good
character scene. I think she's a goner. I think Theon for sure, dude. I just thought with he volunteered to take on the Night King. Like, dude, he
Yeah.
signed his death wish.
That's his suicide mission.
Dude, Suicide Squad
He
for
ain't
real
ready.
right there. Him and his boys,
he
him
ain't
and
ready.
20 good men.
The Ironborn.
You know it's a good little thing that I think you pointed out too about Theon Ross is I think that didn't they say how good the Greyjoys are with arrows? So I liked that they had that in the little teaser
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah.
Wait,
Go ahead.
I think Theon's the lock. He's done. And then I'm gonna say, let's see, I'm gonna say Grey Worm too, dude. Just the whole dreams thing that also just made me like they were just planning their future, and I'm just like, man, like you kind of have to do that in that kind of situation to look forward to something. But I thought that scene was just so emotional for Grey Worm, and I thought, bro, this dude's dead
For real.
And
That's why I think
then-
Missandei is dying.
Yeah, and I think for like as far as like a super major character, like one of the top Starks, Lannisters, those kind of families, I'm gonna go with Arya, dude. I just feel like this might be it for her. She's gonna go out swinging. I just
Fuck,
think the
that'd be a
trailer
bummer.
is super. The trailer with her in it, just the scenes we've seen, like we don't see her scared of anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just feel like that would be the big one, the big character to go.
Like maybe her cockiness gets her
Yeah.
killed or something.
I think that she's gonna see if it's the Crypt shit, she's gonna see like her dad or just someone that is really gonna mess with her
Yeah.
head.
Very
Um,
good point.
And dude, I also like I don't want to say it, but I really think this is gonna be the episode Brienne goes.
Oh.
Although I would love it not to be her, but I just think she got the title of the last episode.
Yeah.
Basically, her whole life, her goal was to be a knight, and she just got it, and she's gonna die
Damn.
honorable, and
That
she's
should have
gonna be
been
a
my
great.
fifth.
Yeah, she's gonna be a great knight for the Night King.
Oh,
She's gonna be a nice soldier for him.
100%.
Don't say
Dude,
that.
what if only like 2 people die?
Dude, there's no
'Cause-
way, dude. They cannot have this hype and only have 2 people
But
die.
remember our predictions like last year for Beyond the Wall? I thought we thought so many people were gonna die. We were like saying like 3 and then 1 person.
Who
It was
did
just
die in the end?
Thoros.
Yeah, Thoros
Yeah.
died. I just think, dude, they haven't had like that's what I'm saying. They haven't had like really major characters die in over a
Yeah.
season now.
Since the season 6 finale.
Yeah, and I thought that shot, in the war room when they're all in there, it's like that's gonna be the scene that we're gonna look back on and be like, damn, all these people are dead
Oh.
now, or it's just like that's gonna be the stuff we look back on in future episodes.
Dude, what if
Mm.
everyone in the room that Tyrion, the room Tyrion's in where he says, "I think we might live." What if
yeah, everyone in there?
every single person in that room dies?
Damn, I mean, see, like I would not be shocked,
I
man.
feel like Tyrion's
I,
gonna live though.
Yeah. I feel like he will too, but I don't know.
I'm not sure on Tyrion. Anyone could really die, but if I just had to pick, I think I picked
Yeah.
5 right there,
Yeah.
right?
It's so crazy because I feel like they set up pretty much anyone could die.
Yeah, but Tyrion didn't
Yes.
really have like a wrap up. Like,
No, dude, I'm confused on where they're going with his character arc. Like,
yeah, same.
it's kind of confusing what
Well, I
they're trying to
think-
do with him right now.
I think he will, if let's say Daenerys or Jon or whoever, someone not Cersei wins, and he's on that side. and he survives this battle, I think he gets Castle Rock. That's gonna be his
Yeah,
place
or the hand maybe.
in the end.
Either one, I don't know.
Maybe in the hand. He might give up the title
I
though.
was gonna
Maybe
say
after all
he's
this.
probably gonna be over it.
He seems so unsure of himself
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we got everything on that. So the next thing was just let's talk about Arya's weapon. I can't remember what we all said on the last. I think we all said it was gonna be some sort of double, like a spear or a staff kind of thing. And
I thought it was
after
gonna be small.
watching,
Yeah.
yeah, because they show her in the trailer with some sort of dragon glass dagger and not the staff running through the halls. So
Yeah.
either I don't know yet. Maybe she loses
That's
it.
what you said, and then I think I said it's like a spear that pulls in half, and then there's
they can come off, which is possible still
True.
too. I guess like those could come off. You could replay maybe.
I don't know.
But I think what I liked about the style is I think it was a good callback to what she's comfortable with. She's comfortable, when she was trained to be a faceless man, she was blind, but she had that staff. So she's used to, and I'm thinking if she's out fighting in the dark, she wants to be comfortable. She can't use a needle. She can't use her Valyrian little steel dagger against all this stuff. So she wanted like a spear, like just something that she was comfortable with.
Yeah, she trained hard with that staff.
Yeah, and she was blind for a while. So she's just comfortable with it. So that was I thought that was cool with the weapon. What'd you guys think about the Gendry and Arya stuff that happened in this episode? Dude, you know what? I forgot. Let me add one thing. This is the scene that I was talking to you, Ross, that I got fucking spoiled on.
Oh, you got this spoiled for you?
Like,
oh, you saw that?
Dude, I just like opened Reddit, a couple hours before the episode, and I forgot that it leaked because it leaked super early again, the whole episode. And I fucking opened it, and I just see the first thing is just hashtag epic forge sex, and I was like, no, dude, what?
I feel like that got.
I was like,
damn, it sounds like a title to a porno.
Dude, it's just some free folk. They did the same thing when Daenerys
Boat
and
sex.
Jon, when that happened. Yeah, epic boat sex, and I was like, dude. And then like I quickly exited the app, but immediately I'm just like Forge Gendry. Oh shit, So, what do you guys think about that? I thought. Well, you guys go first.
I thought it was dope. Arya just wanted a little booty call.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it was that emotional.
Yeah.
I think it was more physically based. I think Arya just
I think it was too. Wait, was she a virgin up to that point?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she wasn't.
She's 18. And Gendry is, I believe, 22 in the show. Technically, the actors are way different age.
Mm-hmm.
Maisie Williams is like 22 in real life.
Maisie Williams is 22 in real life. I know that was like that shit was trending too. Just just like people googling how old she was after that scene. I think so too. It's just I thought it was more to show, hey, her whole life she's been about death, and this was a scene to experience something as a human, and instead of going up and staying with the Hound
Barrick.
and with Barrick, who've only known war their whole lives, she's like, no, I want to go experience something human. With someone that she's had a good relationship with.
There was kind of that duality to it too, like how the death versus life thing.
No, I was just gonna say that same thing too.
Oh, sick. My bad.
And we just never really seen. And I think, and then there was a lot of people were, for some reason, people were mad about this.
What?
That they were like,
Why?
oh, she's too young. Well, I just don't understand. It's like she's 18 and she can do whatever she wants as a person.
Yeah, the males in the show were having sex when they're like 15, 16.
Yeah, they showed Baratheon boy with Marjorie, dude, and she was like, she had to be pushing 30,
and he was like
man.
13 or 14.
Yeah, that's rape, you double standard assholes.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, no comments on that stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, and then Dan and D&D commented on people saying that stuff, and they were basically just like, it's the end of the world. What else would you have her do? Or like, it's the end of the world, man.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. I think it was fine. Yeah,
I thought it was fine too. But honestly, when Arya did start getting naked, I did feel a little uncomfortable because I was like, I feel like she's so young, but she's actually not in real life. But I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't have a problem.
Yeah. Well, I guess I felt uncomfortable just because like she's never been like that before. It's like, oh damn, this is like a different side of her.
Because you just like are growing up with it, or you're watching this character grow up. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and she's the one who picked. Like they were because of that, because she grew up in the show, whereas everyone else had to sign a contract when they first joined the show. They had "You Might Get
Yeah.
Naked." All the above 18 people. For her, they were like, "You can show whatever you're comfortable with." And so it was her. She picked out everything that was seen for this episode. Next one, love triangle. Who you guys picking? Tormund and Brienne, Jaime and Brienne, or Ross added one, Tormund and Jaime?
I ship it. I'm saying
You ship Tormund and Jaime? We on that ship?
Yeah, if Brienne dies,
that's what I'm
like they
saying.
gotta go with each other.
Brienne's dying.
How would you combine that word? You know, like
Oh
Daenerys. How would you combine Tormund and Jaime?
Tormy.
I don't
Daenerys,
even know, dude.
Jaemond.
Jaemond.
Jaemon's is nice too.
We're shipping Jaemond.
Jaemin and Tormy.
I'm with it. Hashtag Team Jaemond. Okay.
Oh fuck! All right. Wait, what about you guys?
Shit,
You guys-
dude. I'm with
Okay.
it, dude.
Yeah,
I'm Team
We're all
Team
in.
Jaemond.
we on it.
Yeah, we hashtag Team Jaemond. All right. Another thing people were mad about. Now I'm just gonna list all the shit people were mad about besides the things we haven't already talked about. People were angry that Ghost was only in it for 5 seconds. You and I touched on this, Ross. Opinions, either of you?
I just thought it was cool for like him to be there, like in the background when
Yeah, I agree too.
John's up on the what do you call them, parapets or something.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
The parapets turrets. Yeah, I thought it was cool
Yeah.
to see him. I wish there was a little more time for John to like have a scene with him, because they always give us those scenes and they're really cool. You know, he's like really attached to his direwolf.
Yeah. I thought it was cool just to get acknowledged. I figure
thought
what
that
they're doing
too.
is they're saving that CGI for
You thought
next
that
week.
they acknowledged
And-
him right there?
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought it was just
Yeah.
cool to even see that he's there.
I
He's
feel
like right there at his
Yeah,
The
side.
show acknowledged
you
him,
know?
but
He's right
not
there.
The
I thought that's
characters.
acknowledging him.
I mean, I don't think he's just. I don't know. To me, he's a wolf. He's awesome, but I thought that is
Yeah.
acknowledging him to me.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
I'm saying. And I think next week he's gonna get a fucking sweet seed.
Probably.
And they got a budget for this show, and they're saving everything at this point for next week. You notice how there was no dragons in that episode either.
Yeah,
So I think
I
that's
did
what it
notice that.
was.
Oh, that's a good point, Zach. That's a really good
Yeah.
point.
I think they could have took like 2 seconds out of those dragon scenes last episode, and then they would have had enough budget right there for like 5 or 10 more seconds with Ghost, and maybe John could have said something to him. I'm just more partial to Ghost, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So we said, what is you guys? Okay, this is another one. Favorite scene or funniest scene? Not favorite scene, just the funniest thing that you thought in the episode. There was a good amount of humor in this episode. I think this is the last one. Last episode, we're gonna get funny stuff really happening in it.
Tormund being like, "Where's the big woman?"
He shows
That
up.
made me laugh out loud. I was laughing.
That same,
That
100%.
was yours too.
Just
That
because,
was
like,
for me.
yeah.
There was some good memes out of fucking Tormund this weekend too.
My favorite scene was when Sam was talking shit to Edison told it when he was like, "We're all fucked," and then Sam just looks at him. He's like, "Well, technically speaking, you wouldn't be fucked." And then John and Sam just started laughing at him. I thought that was funny.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too. Lastly, favorite parallel, if you guys had one in this episode. I think my favorite one was just also we need to talk about Ross is the Shireen thing, but
Yeah,
my favorite one I thought was just the Baratheon and Stark thing, with that line back in season 1, episode 1, when Robert Baratheon says to Ned, he's just like, I have a son, you have a daughter, we'll join our houses. And then, flash forward, Gendry and Arya. I thought that was a cool little sort of parallel. That was my favorite one.
I thought that was cool too. I'd
Cool.
probably say the Shireen, like the girl that looks like Shireen. That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't that
And do you
stand
wanna-
out to you guys the most?
Well, I thought it was, like
Like right
Ross,
away.
you want to
you're
explain
like,
that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can explain it. You want me to explain the song or just?
Well, let's talk about the song, because Luke is just saying, you notice that her face is all is
Like-
burnt.
Literally the first thing I thought when I saw her was, oh, Shireen Trip right here.
Yeah, but then the cool thing was just that in the background,
Do you want me to go for it?
Shireen's like theme song is playing. And yeah, Ross, you want to
Yeah.
explain what the song is?
So Shireen sings a song in season 3 called "It's Always Summer Under the Sea," and the theme to that song was playing like the it was kind of building through that whole scene with Davos and that little girl. And yeah, I don't really have to explain the song very much unless you guys. Yeah, I don't have to.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. It is just a cool little music thing. I also noticed too when I was rewatching today when they give Jaime back his sword.
Yeah.
His theme song plays, and I don't think we've heard that since when he was taking the bath.
Actually,
with
yeah,
Brienne.
it's an Oathkeeper theme song. It's Jaime
Yeah,
and
it
Brienne's
is.
theme song.
Oh, okay. Because I don't think we've heard that one
Yep.
in a while, so I thought that was interesting. Trying to think. So before we get into previewing next episodes, is there anything else you guys wanted to throw back out there that you thought was interesting? Ross, anything?
Do you want to talk about the Jenny of Oldstones song?
I mean, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to, the Florence and the Machine song, or the one that
Yeah.
Pod song.
I looked
Yeah,
into it
Pod
more though,
song.
and I kind of think it does tie into the story, so I could go into it.
Okay, yeah, give a theory
Yeah.
if you got it. Yeah.
So the song Jenny of Oldstones is about a commoner girl named Jenny of Oldstones who, yeah, she said she was descended from the Oldstone family and they were destroyed a long time ago. And so this Targaryen named Duncan Targaryen he was next up in line for the throne. This was like 60, 70, 80 years ago. He just saw Jenny one day when he was out on the road. I think he was going somewhere. He like fell so deeply in love with her that he gave up the throne, and he was supposed to be married to another girl who is Lionel Baratheon's daughter, and so they were in arranged marriage, and his dad Aegon Targaryen, but his nickname
Aegon, yeah. Aegon the Fifth
tried to get him to take the throne, but he was like, no, I just don't even want it. I'll just be with Jenny. So that song is about a man giving up his throne for the woman he loves. So I think that parallels Jon and Daenerys.
Oh, that's interesting. And also to tie that in, is this also then? So he passed up the throne. Was that when it was passed to Aemon Targaryen?
No, I think that was when it passed. It passed to Jaehaerys after that, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought that maybe that tied into that whole part with like Egg and.
Oh, and also another thing, I almost forgot this. So Jaehaerys is who instead received the throne, and then Jaehaerys's children were Aerys, the Mad King, and Rhaella. And Jenny of Oldstones had a friend who was like half human, half children of the forest, so she could see prophecies. She could tell prophecies, and she told the prophecy of Azor Ahai, and she said the heir to the Azor Ahai prophecy will come from the lineage of the Mad King Aerys and his sister Rhaella. And then when Jaehaerys heard that from Jenny of Oldstone's friend, he forced Aerys and Rhaella to marry each other because of the prophecy. And then skip ahead, and Daenerys and Jon are both from the direct line of those two. So, yeah,
another tie then.
Interesting little song they chose.
Okay, so yeah, let's preview the next episode, and then I say let's wrap it up. Yeah, right after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically they showed the preview. The first shot I thought was interesting. You know, you see, like I think we already touched on it, is just Daenerys and Jon are kind of, it looks like they're outside of Winterfell. So that was what I was saying. Hey, they must have a little more time than we think. Like the battle's not going to start immediately at the beginning of the next episode.
Yeah.
And she says, I think he says the Night King's coming, but she says the dead are already here. So that could be a hint maybe that, yeah, the Night King isn't there yet, or he's laying in the back, right?
I don't think he will expose himself right away. Do you guys think that he will?
I don't think so, because like I don't think he did that at Hardhome either. Remember at Hardhome he was just chilling at the top.
And then he just popped out and he's like, "Hey, here I am. What up?"
Yeah, and just showed his, brought everyone back, and so yeah,
flex on him.
Something like that. Luke, that's what your take was from that too.
Yeah.
I think he's
next
too
scene.
smart though.
Okay, you go.
To show himself right away.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's gonna come flying in right away. Next scene that I thought was interesting that I took out, I thought Barrick and the Hound, looks like they're inside. It kind of looks like they're in a corridor where you see Arya running through in the original trailer. So thought Thought that was interesting. And then the
Yeah.
the most interesting part of this trailer I thought was the dragon.
Yeah,
And I cannot tell what that is. What did you
that
boys
looks like
think?
a
I thought that was a
yeah.
Night King.
That looks like the Viserion to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it looks like they blurred out whoever's writing it.
I'm looking at that right now. It does look blurred out. Do you see
And-
white hair on it though?
And
Or it's just too fast.
I just can't tell, dude. I can't
Could be
tell. It's either
Daenerys.
it looks like it's
Dude,
it could be Daenerys.
there's no
Shit.
way.
They also show they play the like scream of it, and I couldn't tell if that sounds like Drogon
Yeah.
or
You had
the
to listen
shriek.
to the audio samples of both of them.
Yeah, I didn't go through it. And then the last two parts I thought interesting from the little teaser because they're not going to show much because they already know everyone's going to watch this episode. They just show Theon with what looks like fire arrows. They're probably dragon glass, so we know someone gets to Bran.
Yeah, they get
obviously.
through for sure.
Yeah, and then you see what looks like this part. I thought was really interesting is you see what looks like Jon. It looks like he's in the same place where
Yeah.
Theon is, pointing
Damn,
out
where's
the sword.
that boy's armor
Yeah.
at? He's like in leather.
Dude, he's not, and he's
in a
got
leather
nothing on.
jacket.
Yeah, I thought that was. You guys noticed that too? I
Bro,
don't
he
know
probably
what is
got
up.
hot, dude.
Yeah,
You know, he's
maybe.
fighting.
Well, I was thinking maybe he was riding the dragon. And you wanted something lighter, but then you had to get off for some reason. Maybe
Lighter for a
Possible.
dragon?
he was. Yeah, he was trying to be lighter
To
while
move
riding it.
around
Maybe.
easier.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any. that's just a
Like,
hot
when
take
you're on a
theory.
dragon, I don't know what else you can do except let the dragon do its thing.
True. Good point.
Good point, dude. That was my hot take.
Wait, for that scene where Barrick and the Hound are in the corridor, do you think they're fighting White Walkers that break in, or do you think they're?
See, this is what I don't.
They could
I
be
don't
fighting
know.
them from the crypts, or
It could be a Crypts, but I really think just based off Theon right here, it just seems like they fucking get to the.
Yeah,
they get
they
in the
break in.
castle.
Wait, is there
So
a way
they could
into
be
the
coming up.
crypts? Is there like a secret passageway somewhere
through the crypts?
Not that I'm aware of.
I mean,
to the crypts? I feel like every castle has a secret
yeah,
passageway.
the crypts are huge.
Not that we know of, right?
They're
pretty
really
big.
I think they're like the same
Not
size
that-
as Winterfell, but underneath Winterfell.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have been told that or shown that yet.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much it for the teaser. There wasn't much in it.
Dude, I'm hyped for this episode. This is gonna be the first time we see White Walkers attacking like a fully defended castle, like with huge walls. I'm excited to see how they go about it.
For real, this is their biggest challenge, honestly, for the White Walkers as far
gonna
as
be
they
cool.
go. And to add on for the hype, this episode will feature the longest battle sequence in film or TV history, according to the director. And also the actual battle will be longer than the Lord of the Rings Helm's Deep Siege, which
Very-
was like fucking over an hour.
It was like
at least.
47 minutes, I think.
And amazing.
Crazy
Was
long.
it?
It was damn
Yeah.
close to an hour. So, all right, that's pretty much what we have with this episode. Thank you for listening, y'all. If you enjoyed, please leave us a rating, leave us a review. It'd be much appreciated.
Big time.
Follow us at Not a Movie Pod, at Thrones Facts, at Culture Crave. Those three specifically. We also got an Instagram now at Not a Movie Pod, so follow us on there too.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, y'all. Definitely leave us a fucking rating at least. Please, be much appreciated. All right, we out.
Peace.
Later.
How about a song?
High in the halls of the kings who are gone, Jenny would dance with her ghosts, the ones she had lost and the ones she had found, and the ones who had loved her the most, the ones who'd been gone for so very long, she couldn't remember the.
All right, you boys ready for the play-by-play? You guys got this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, first of all, Tyrion's getting his little dick chopped off
That's the
right
first
away.
part
Right,
there.
dude. Right off the gates, dude.
Wait, who's chopping his dick off?
Tormund.
He's just
Tormund's going right.
vertical slash.
He's like, "There's your dick. It's going off."
All right.
Meanwhile, Brienne and Jaime are making out in the corner. Tormund's pissed off, so he comes over, kills Brienne. I don't know what happens.
Kills
from
Brienne?
there. Yeah,
Killed
because he's
Brienne?
pissed at her.
No,
then
he
goes
kills
after
Jaime.
Jaime. Pod slices his I don't know. Where does it go from here?
I-
Pod.
Pod comes
What,
in.
Russ?
I was saying,
Well, Pod's got to save Jaime. They're on the same team.
okay, true. So while Tormund's killing Jaime, Pod comes in from behind, and then Tormund reaches up, grabs the blade, catches it midair. And he doesn't. He's not even looking at that point. He just catches it midair.
Oh, I love this.
No look.
Keep going.
And then he just starts downing some milk to regain his energy. He's like Popeye, you know. He's like, I need
off
some
of his
spinach.
horn, off his fatty horn.
Oh yeah, fatty horn. He's just smashing it. And then he grabs the blade, does a twist, then just grabs it, slits Pod's throat, and then
I like through the stomach more.
okay,
Straight
We'll
through
go
the stomach.
through the stomach, and then he pulls the sword down, and his dick comes off. He grabs it.
Oh,
That's his new weapon, by the way.
Dude, where's Davos in all this?
Davos was
is
watching
probably
for a bit.
yeah, just like he watched when flipping Baratheon, the little Baratheon girl burned. I
Oh,
always
that's
forget
a
her
low
name.
blow, Shireen.
Yeah, Shireen. Sorry.
All right,
Yeah,
now
that
it's
was fucked up.
now it's
Too soon.
yeah. Davos with a sword and Tormund with Podrod's rod.
Wait, Jaime's still alive though, right? Because Pod just died.
No, Jamie's dead too.
No, is he?
Guys, yeah.
Damn.
Like,
Now it's Davos and Tormund.
yeah, but Tormund
Isn't
has
that-
only a rod as a weapon. Pod the Rod's rod.
Wait, aren't they the team? They're a team, so they win.
Oh, what? They win. He was watching.
They win.
Oh God! All right, that's a
We
play-by-play.
all were wrong.
Oh fuck!
That was a play-by-play.
All right, there we go.
No.
Felt like Joe Rogan there.
So who won there? Who wins in the end?
Tormund and Davos.
Okay. All right. Okay, moving on.
Tormund's just badass.
He is.